Good morning, everybody. Sorry about that. Don't know when that's going to get fixed, but I'm here. I'm here. So, what I was saying is, we almost made it to Friday. There's been a couple of days, like this morning, a couple of hours ago. I wasn't sure if we were going to make it. It's Baby Friday. Tomorrow's Veterans Day. Banks are closed, so some of you all got paid today. So, if you have a nice employer, it's not going to make you wait till Monday when they reopen. Of course, got a lot of craziness going on. First off, who is in the path of this storm? I heard yesterday it was a tropical storm and it has been upgraded to a hurricane, I believe. So stay safe, please. Oh, Mary says, I'm in Friday. See, our Australia people are in the future. So she can tell us what's going to happen on Friday. She's already in Friday. Bob said the storm just passed through here. Jennifer said it's gorgeous in Michigan. You don't have to worry about a hurricane, do you? Do you? Hello, Linda. Teresa. Wist, you're with me. I'd rather be in a tropical storm than an ice storm, too. Exactly. Hello, Mama Kay. Hello, Shannon. Today is just me shopping day, so I don't know how long she's going to stick around. Hello, Lala. Tamara, preschool granny. I was in here chatting this morning. If I missed any of you, I'm sorry. Hello, Cat's Life. Hey, Real Brenda. I was talking to Jeannie, but that was on Facebook Messenger. Hey, Pippi. Anybody got any cool plans for the weekend? Anybody off work tomorrow? Everything is pretty much shut down. Well, post office, banks, courthouses, stuff like that. So, hello, Alicia. Laura says in Central Florida, Central Florida, windy and light rain right now. Well, because if you're following the Quentin Simon case I put on the show we did yesterday, the searchers that are searching for Quentin Simon in the landfill, they're shutting down today. They're not searching today, and they're going to resume on Monday because the storm is coming through. It's just one mess after another. It's awful. Let me see. Radio Gaga is putting her tree up. So is Serial Killer. That is what I'm talking about. The before Thanksgiving Christmas tree people. I've got mine up. I'm actually going to start wrapping a couple of presents this week. I am. So as far as this insane case, I honestly didn't have any intentions of discussing this on a live on YouTube. Not because I don't care about the victim, but because it looks to me like justice is already on its way. Well, it was. A DA picked up the charges between the cousin, who was 9 years old at the time, and Jared, the state of Utah versus Jared, with Adventures with Purpose. I wasn't going to cover the case per se. And you guys tell me what direction you want to go with this, if any direction at all. I discussed the case on Monday, in regards to the statute of limitations in Utah, because on this channel for the last, well, almost 17 months, we've been discussing the case of Summer Wells. Her father, according to him and his stepsister, he essayed her before the age of 18. And the argument has always been, as far as charges in Utah for that nastiness, was that the statute ran out, something about repressed memory and things like that, nothing can happen. Well, lo and behold, over the weekend, I hear a statute is not the issue because of this with Jared. A lot of questions arose in that live, which brought us here, brought us to this point. And no way, shape, or form in this live am I defending Jared at all. I'm not. So let's just clear that right now. Let's just clear that right now. Now, on the live we did on Tuesday, I guess I should have made myself more clear. I wasn't really asking about what type of company he has. I want to just establish with everybody, these aren't Boy Scouts out doing good deeds. This is not a volunteer program. It's like when we were talking about the Kylie Rodney case, and people would say they do it for free. And I'd say, look, calm down with that now. Calm down with that now. It is very much a business. It is very much a business. No, they don't charge the families. No, they don't charge law enforcement, but they very much have a business. So on Tuesday, when we were having this discussion, because Doug had come out overnight and he wasn't as clear about his intentions as, say, Nick was yesterday or Josh Cantu. To me, he wasn't as clear. It's clear as a bell now. It's clear as a bell. My question was, is Jared getting paid from this? Last I checked, he's the founder, he's the owner, and it's business in America. That was really what it was. It wasn't so much about LLC, nonprofit, how they're set up, I wasn't really concerned about. Well, Josh answered. Josh answered. Oh, my mouse isn't working. Hang on. This isn't the last time you'll see this. So a lot of people have been reaching out just saying, oh, well, you guys just do your own thing. You guys just do your own thing. Just cut Jared out. They obviously weren't in the live that we had on Tuesday because I made it very clear Jared's not going anywhere. Jared's not going anywhere. He responded. He pinned it. It's still pinned. He said, just to be clear, there is no scenario of rebranding Adventures with Purpose without, he says, Jay. It's his company. He says, yes, it's innocent until proven guilty, but we want no part of it. We want no part of it. So he answered it for us. I apologize that I wasn't more clear on Tuesday. That was really what I was trying to get at. How Jared has organized his company doesn't really matter because where there's a Jared, there's a paycheck. All right. So I had a lot of comments on the community tab yesterday, something that is really bothering me. And it seems that it got under your skin as well because Jessica, who is Jared's sister, she also says she's a victim of Jared's. I'm not saying that she's not. I'm not saying that she's not. I know that the charges that are pending in indictment in Utah are for the cousin that was 9 years old at the time. Jessica, I'm going to bounce around a little bit. But that's all right. I've got a lot of notes. Jessica said that she got the call from all of us. I didn't say shit, but anyway, she said she got it. And she put up a GoFundMe. I'll go through it more in depth in a minute. That's when it was at $40. You are reading that correctly. And she doubled down on this. $1 million. 1 million. I did not know GoFundMe had it that high. This is where we need Austin Powers or, Dr. Evil with the pinky in the mouth. $1 million. A million. A lot of you already were saying, look, there's something up with her. I feel bad about the cousin. Jared should pay. A lot of you, we were like all in the same boat, per se, no pun intended, talking about this. And we're like, Jared should be held accountable. Damn right. But so should his parents that knew about this. So should the cousin's parents. Right now, I'm looking at 5 people that I think should be charged. Well, they've got Jared because he's the one that committed the violent act. $1 million she puts up yesterday. $1 million. We're all sitting there thinking this has got to be some kind of whack job mistake. She doubled down on her Facebook and she said no. Because what they need, she's talking about lawyers. They don't need lawyers. She's talking about protection. I don't know about all that. And that it's priceless. She keeps calling her cousin her hero. Well, hero has not been done any favors. Hero has not been done any favors. It is sick. It is sick. This helps Jared immensely. Immensely. Helps him immensely. Immensely, it helps him. When I first was talking about Jared, already knew that this case has many things going against it. All right, the DA picked up the charges, and when a DA says, yeah, let's go, I'm ready to rock and roll, they have to see it through. They have to play the tape to the end in their mind. If this gets to a jury, am I going to be able to convince all 12 of them that this matters today, 30 years later, as if it just happened yesterday? Well, he's ready to rock and roll, right? But we already know this case has things going against it. And you know how I know? I know because of the comments. Because of the comments that were left. And I love them all, don't get me wrong. We agree to disagree here. And I want to see what you guys are thinking. I mean, you hear my big mouth all the time. I want to hear what you're thinking. People said it's been 30 years. All right, don't think that that's not occurring to anyone else. Then we have a lot of people saying, look, not only has it been 30 years, but he has done great things in these 30 years. He's a savvy businessman. He screwed a bunch of people over from what we understand. But they didn't know about this behavior. They didn't know that this occurred 30 years ago. So we have that. They're like, look, he's turned it around. Okay, so that's something that a lot of people are saying. Then the big one. Rock in the comments. They said, I guarantee this is some kind of money grab. I said on the show Tuesday, look, once the justice system plays itself out and they say, you're guilty, Jared, you're guilty. Now, it has been 30 years. It looks like you have reformed yourself without us telling you that you have to. So we're going to do 6 months house arrest, or we're going to do 5 years suspended, however they do it. I don't look for him to serve. I don't look for him to be doing hard labor anywhere. But that was the big thing. It's a money grab, guys. That's what they said. Brooks, you're crazy. They're doing this for money. I promise when Jared and I don't have to be there, was confronted, or he knew he had to talk to his crew members, because his crew members, we found out, are not the office. When he had to talk to the crew members, Josh, Nick, Doug, I think Devin, I promise, he said, and I don't have to be there. Look, she's crazy. I'm going to go through this. Everything's going to be okay. She just wants money. That was the big thing. I guarantee that's what he said. Jessica had to have known that people were saying that because she is on social media. She has been on many panels. She's been putting her Cash App in different YouTube chats, I found out. Now, that's her. That's not the cousin. But that was the thing. Look, this is going to be about money. It's been 30 years. That's a majority of the comments. Besides everyone saying, look, I think this is disgusting. I think he should get the hell just off the internet altogether. He needs to be in jail, all of that stuff. But let me tell you, overwhelmingly, it all came back to money. And then what pops up? That on the screen. I think she's raised like $55, by the way. 55 of a million. 55, really? $1 million. So we already had the court of public opinion saying this is a money grab. It's been 30 years. He's already turned things around. Sorry, lady. So we had a lot of people saying that, or kind of talking like, it's really, really, really disgusting. The family should have done something. Something should have done before then. And I think it's just going to wind up being about money at the end of the day. And then she puts this up. Let me go through some of these comments with y'all. All right, these are from the community tab because I put the GoFundMe up. I had to hear from you guys because I thought this is a joke. Someone is doing this to make them look bad. Jessica and the cousin. Someone is being dirty. That was my first thought. There's no way in hell anyone who got a DA to take a case on a 30-year-old, yes, it's a very violent crime, would play a game like this. No way would they do that. She did. She did. William says, does Jared's sister realize what damage she is doing to her cousin's case? Yes, I think she does know. He says, it was the line so we can go fishing instead of working right now, if that so pleases us. Shauna said, I'm sure Jared is loving this. I'm sure he is too. Because without being there, I guarantee he told anyone that he had to explain this to, it's about money. They want money. They're crazy. Lassie said, disgusting. Jessica just blew all credibility. I feel like she's using the cousin's tragedy. Tiny Dancer said, honestly, the first statement the sister made the other day about herself being a victim too, and her bragging about pulling off the biggest heist in Eugene, Oregon, and getting away with it was a red flag for me. So this GoFundMe by her, and what she states in it does not surprise me. Who brags about that? She has harmed her cousin's case. A lot of people said, I guess begging for money in that family is a genetic thing. Some Beach said, I'm so upset the sister is doing this. It's going to ruin all chances the cousin worked so hard for. Damn it. It is. It is. Amanda said, if she didn't start it and doesn't want it, she should demand it be taken down. Lawyers, it's been indicted. The DA will prosecute. On top of that, if the cousin later down the road, or now, whatever, wants to sue him civilly and have a judge or a jury decide what monetarily it would be owed to her. I don't know how you put a price tag on it, but whatever. Then it needs to be done that way. And most attorneys, after a guilty verdict, will do that on a contingency basis. Yes, I'm going to take care of this. And when you get your settlement, I get 20, 30, some want 40%. But you don't need to raise that money right now for that. That's a contingency basis. As far as lawyers right now, there's a DA, a district attorney. The state of Utah took the charges up, which they're very lucky that they did. And he has an office full of people. They don't have to get an attorney, so we're left with protection. Nobody's bothering them. Everybody is sicked out by this. Everybody is sicked out by this. If the cousin wants it down, the cousin needs to start reporting it. She needs to get a hold of GoFundMe ASAP. She needs to save her email or however she reports it to them and say, this GoFundMe is being put up on behalf of me and I don't want it. She needs to get that to the DA with the quickness, because I'm telling you, before he even had a chance to look at his email, eat a donut, get some coffee or whatever yesterday morning, somebody had already told him this was up. Now, let's look at it this way. You have a jury of 12 people. You have a DA. Jared has a lawyer. Jared's attorney might say, look, either do this. He's not going to register as a sex offender. We'll do house arrest, something like that. He'll pay a fine, whatever you want to do it. If not, we're going to trial. The DA is going to have a problem with that because Jared's attorney, he's not some piece of shit. Okay? Jared's got a real good lawyer. He's going to bring someone in that's a jury consultant. That consultant is not going to sit back and watch them pull numbers out of a hopper like they're playing bingo. No. The jury consultant is going to have the attorney ask certain questions, and one is going to be about money. One is going to be about money. How do you feel about Adventures with Purpose? How do you feel about what has happened in this family? Should he pay for that? But one thing is definitely going to be about money. I watched a documentary one time, and it was about jury consultants. Most of them are not attorneys. And they don't so much listen to what the people say, but it's how their body responds to when they're asked about certain things. So if they show any sort of uneasiness or awkwardness when asked about civil relief because of that, so if they start acting uneasy, they're going to be like, I want her. That chick over there with the Bring Back My MTV shirt on, I want her. Because she's going to be the one that says no way, no how, because they're making money. His whole defense now is going to be, this is all about money. And you guys called it. You said it may not be about money today, but eventually it's going to be about money. Now, according to Jessica, the cousin hero doesn't want this. Well, then you need to take it down. But she doubled down on it yesterday and said, no, it's priceless. Nomad Mama said, I don't want to hate on a victim, but what is this poor girl thinking messing with her cousin's case? That's what I'm saying. Not Sunshine Country Chickens. You're exactly right. I think there's others to blame as well. Jared, number one, because he committed the violent act. That's what he's been indicted on. He hasn't been convicted, but there's an indictment. But his parents, her parents, so yeah. I don't know about the statute, about knowing about something 30 years ago and doing nothing about it. I have a feeling that won't happen. So, like I said, Jared, he does have an attorney. He has got a lot going on. He's got a lot going on. Here's the attorney's letter right here. Randall Richards, Clearfield, Utah. This guy has a great record. A great record. Order allowing attorney and defendant to appear by WebEx. So Jared doesn't even have to be there in person. The court in the above entitled case, based upon the motion of defendant Jared, to allow him and his attorney to appear at the hearing scheduled for November 30th by WebEx, makes the following order. So they're going to be there on camera. From what I understand, he hasn't even been booked in or anything. It's already going his way. Okay? It's already going his way. Here's the motion. Hereby enters his appearance on behalf of defendant in the above caption action. Please send copies of all documents or pleadings to the address listed above. So it's like, I've seen the probable cause, but I got to see everything you have, which is what a good defense attorney does. Well, the defense attorney, I promise, already has a copy of a $1 million GoFundMe to where he can use that to their benefit to say, this is all about money. Do you see, it's been 30 years and she did nothing. She said nothing. And now we have a $1 million GoFundMe. It's crazy. It's crazy. None of it's right. None of it's right. What Jared did is disgusting and he should be punished. His sister is not helping him at all by doing this. On the sideline says, I'm curious what Jared's wife was aware of. I don't know if what I heard was 100% correct, but that she's been very well aware of this for a long time. Some people will go as far as to say that the emails that were going back and forth between Jared and the cousin were actually pinned by the wife. I don't know. I wasn't there. I did say on Tuesday, I thought it was worded very strangely. Let me look at it. Which one is it? This one. I thought this was, well, it's all worded strangely. Okay, he's a weird ass duck. Unfortunately, your desire to have a 46-year-old male live the mistakes of a 12-year-old simply is not realistic. You know, I don't really talk to Jared. I've never spoke to him. I don't know the dude. It just seems like that's a really weird way to describe yourself. A 46-year-old male? I wasn't shocked when I heard that she's known about this for a long time. I wasn't shocked about it. And, you know, Jessica, she says that she is a victim as well. She made a very public post back in September. I guess she was delivering some food. She does Uber Eats or something. And the order was to go to his house. And they got into it and she posted it on Facebook. And she said that she is a victim as well. Well, if you're a victim as well, and please don't forget he has children. Don't forget he has children. Why would you mess with this case? Why would you mess with this case? You're so damn lucky that the DA would even touch it. I'm serious. I'm not saying that the DA shouldn't, but you're just so lucky that they would even consider picking up a 30-year-old case, particularly when he has a business like Adventures with Purpose that helps people and helps law enforcement. That's a big gamble to take that. So in that email, that particular email, where it says a 12-year-old Well, she replies and says, "No, you were driving a Volkswagen. Let's do the math. If I was 9, then basically you were 17." But whoever responded to that email, I'm not going to say it was Jared. I'm not defending Jared. We're just being real here. Because since it has come out that the people in the office knew and everyone has access to that email, well, you know where that's going to go. He has a defense attorney. Of course, they're going to say he didn't send it. He didn't admit to anything. And this is all about money. That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say. And he's feeling the heat, and I'm loving it. I really am. The guys are publicly jumping ship. You got Ryan Upchurch vocal about the donation he made to Jared. I think he went as far as say he wants it back or would like to have it back. I don't know. The local news in Portland has picked this story up. By the way, they're doing very fair reporting. Doesn't really matter because it's not going to be heard in Portland. What's really going to hit him, what's really turning up the heat though, is if you look right here. Actually, I've got him backward. All right, this is from Reddit, not Facebook. It's from Reddit. I have confirmation that the Adventures with Purpose channel has officially lost 2 sponsors. All right, now obviously not on this channel, but you've seen other channels where when they go to start, they say, "Today's video is brought to you by HelloFresh." Or some sort of earbuds or something like that. They have a lot of sponsors. This is where he's this is where this is big for him. Trust me. I have confirmation that the Adventures with Purpose channel has officially lost 2 sponsors. VadaSafe Aqua Eye. This is stuff I wouldn't know of. Expion 340 lithium batteries. All right. Anyway, a quick note. I initially emailed this company on Sunday evening, and by Monday afternoon, the representative followed up to inform me that they had severed their relationship with Adventures of Purpose. This is 10 times bigger for him or for the channel. This is hitting where it hurts. Don't think he's taken this part lightly. Not only that, but I got to pull this up a different way. It's too blurry for me. Give me a second. Not only that, but the team at Expion went above and beyond any expectation I could possibly have fathomed. Not only did they express the most sincere concern for the victim, but they did additional research. Basically, they did their own homework to see what was going on. They're not the type of company that's going to cave to a bunch of people emailing saying that this happened. They did their own research and saw there are charges. There is an indictment. They got the hell out. All right. So that's 2 sponsors he lost. That's 2. That hits him harder than all the guys leaving. All right. So it says, I guess they're waiting on a response from light and motion underwater dive lights and 3 dry suits. Okay. Also have not received any type of response from Garmin. All right. So if it's a brand I've heard of, then you know they're really popular. Okay. Ocean Technology Systems and BA Products Rigging. So whoever these people are, they're letting all the sponsors know that Jared has charges pending in Utah. His sister talking shit about him he doesn't care about. The guys leaving he doesn't care about. He'll get new guys by December 1st and have them trained. He doesn't care. I'm not saying that it's a perfect situation, but it could be worse. Losing all these sponsors is worse. Is worse. But we got a little bit of help, and we have a bit of a silver lining because he got thrown a bone. Not all is lost. Not all is lost because his sister helped him immensely. Big time. She posted this on Facebook. Y'all talked me into it. We do need help with lawyers and safety at this time. We need peace of mind. Did I ask for too much? Probably not. LOL. Thanks for the support. Gone Fishing, organized by Jessica Leisek. All right, so this in itself wouldn't be a big deal, even though she says we. Well, we can guess who we is, but she hasn't come out and publicly said it yet, right? She hasn't come out and said it. Also, she is making these posts and stuff, which kind of make it seem like she isn't about helping the cousin. I'll show you. Here's one. She says, side note, Adventures with Pedo would make a great business name. Sorry, not sorry if this offends anyone. Making light of horrible situations through humor is my twisted reality to help me cope with life. Probably going to be taken out any time now, so I'm going to go out with a smile on my face. So I will ask again, where is my comedy family? I will say it again. It's not too soon. Where's the jokes? Roast me, effers, but please don't roast my hero at this time. She's not helping her cousin. She's not helping her cousin at all. She's sabotaging her hero, the victim, the cousin. She's even like tweeting out and tagging Ryan Upchurch and stuff. Hey, Ryan, I've had lyrics written for this MF for decades. Want to do an album? It'd be sweet to finally put them to music. She needs to stop. She needs to stop. Big time. Exactly, Betty. If she's the victim, why does she need money for attorneys? Prosecutors are paid for by the state. Yeah, that's what I was saying. The state's got your tab. You don't need money for lawyers. As far as protection, you get off the internet. Nobody's after you. Everybody agrees he's a creep and needs to pay for this. You're making the DA's job harder because you have now made it about money. You've now made it about money, and some would go as far as to say that you're jealous, Jessica, that you want to ruin this for your cousin because you're jealous. Who would be jealous? This is what she put on her GoFundMe. Hello, my name is Jessica Leisek. I'm trying to raise funds for the hero. Myself, our families, and anyone else that comes forward so we are able to get a good lawyer if needed due to the case against my older brother. I got to read it somewhere else because it's way too blurry up there. Sorry. Give me just a second. This is what happens when I don't organize things properly. Well, I'll have to make it work. We are both emotional disasters on a roller coaster ride from HE double chopsticks right now. A lot of people have been asking us to start a GoFundMe account, and after several days of being emotional and feeling like I'm not able to work my best right now, I decided to open up the GoFundMe. Well, she opened up a GoFundMe, $1 million. There it is again, $1 million freaking dollars. $1 million. This in no way, shape, or form helps the cousin. All right, so usually when people are off put by something, they're pissed off. They're like, that's it. A lot of people said, I already knew it was going to be about money. That's it. They're not going to go back and see if anything maybe has changed or been corrected. Did she take it down? You can't unring a bell. Well, she did make an edit and said, I want to publicly apologize to my cousin, who I refer to as the hero. I did not seek out her permission before opening this GoFundMe. Okay, so that's what she's saying. Look, it wasn't her idea. It wasn't her idea, but it's still up. It's still up. It's still up. $1 million. Then she goes to her Facebook page and says, it's priceless. What they need is priceless. Protection and all this stuff. Okay, and also, if this is about therapy and things like that, that's going, if it's not already going on, those are services that will be provided to her. If it's not already happening. I'm not downplaying any of this. She is victim shaming. She is hurting this case. Jared's attorney could easily say, no, this is all about money. This is all about money. This is all about money. We want to go to a jury trial. Because there's going to be at least one person on that jury that says, hell no. And they're not even going to be deciding on money. Now think about it this way. Even though the thing's only raised $55, the intent is there. The intent is there. The intent is there. This is what we want. If I was the cousin, I would be on the horn with GoFundMe ASAP saying, I've got to take this down. I have a pending case. The state of Utah has charged my cousin for a violent attack against me. I can't have this out there because it looks like some form of extortion. But they're not doing that. They're not doing that. Loveland says, maybe the real cousin doesn't know any of this. I wondered about that myself. She said that she apologized to her and that the cousin said, I don't want this. I just want justice. She actually can have both. She can get the guilty verdict, whether it's just from a judge, a plea, however they do it, or it goes to a jury trial, and then sue him civilly and let a court decide what a monetary amount would be, a fair monetary amount to her. She can do it both ways. But the cousin, Jessica, his sister, has $1 million GoFundMe. Even though it says on there she doesn't want this, it's still up. It even says, and also if anybody else comes forward. How do we know there is anybody else? We don't know that. I think, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I think that, yes, Jared should be punished. Hands down. Hands down. I think that she was encouraged to go to the DA by Jessica, who, yes, or to go to the police, file a police report. The DA picked up the charges, state of Utah, because Jessica is using her for money. That's what it appears. This story just broke over the weekend. He was charged, I believe it says November 3rd. This just came out over the weekend, really. She does the GoFundMe Tuesday night, because we heard about it yesterday. I put it on the community tab. It didn't take her very long at all. We can all agree that Jared needs to be punished somehow. We know how the court systems go. We already know what's stacked against him, or against the case altogether. It was already going to be a hard enough time in case it went to a jury. We already knew it was going to be hard enough to get a fair sentence. 30 years, the work with Adventures with Purpose. Shannon said, I just gagged reading it. It's in Utah. Admittedly, between both of them, he had been abused within that same family. This is the email going back and forth, whoever responded to the email in the quote-unquote office. His parents knew. Her parents knew. It's already messy, messy, messy enough. Why did she do this? Why? This is so disastrous. She says lawyers, the DA is paid by the state. Protection, you're all over social media. What protection? Then get your ass off social media. Betty says, did he admit to the allegations, or is there substantial evidence to his guilt? He did. Let me read the email. Hold on one moment. This is the one where he says, because people, myself included, took this as that Doug, Nick, Josh, all the guys knew. Turns out it's not like that. He says, my life holds no secrets, and everyone in my office feels your pain and has seen this email string, for I don't filter my own emails. Well, we now know the office is different than the crew that we see on camera. We were talking about that on Tuesday, so I'm glad that that got put out there. They know me for the man that I am, and not the mistakes of a 12-year-old who learned to recognize the cycle and break the cycle, as many of us cousins did. You were younger and not ready to accept my apology and recognize the steps we made for future generations to protect them. I hope you can one day find forgiveness and peace. Feel free to have any last words, for I will not respond to any further attacks as to my character today based upon those actions as a youth. Should you desire a healthy adult conversation as to the past, I'm open to helping you through the acceptance and growth that many of us face and have dealt with. If you have not done so already, I may suggest reaching out to blank and lean on her for guidance. Sincerely, Jared. All right, she puts at the bottom, the person that he referred to as blank would be my cousin blank and one of his previous victims prior to me. He referred me to her so that way she could help me learn how to forgive him. Not to mention, unprovoked by me, she contacted me a few days after these emails happened. So that's why in the show on Tuesday, we said the cousin must be the office. Because she says unprovoked, she reached out to me about this. So the office is separate than the crew. I totally believe that now because the crew is getting the hell away. They're getting the hell away. Big time. Also turns out that the wife, I don't know how much his wife actually knows or knew. She knows everything now. And some people have said, well, how do we know that he is not, how do we know it's him answering these emails? See, there's a lot more to it than when it comes down the pike. Once it works its way through the court system, his attorney is going to chop this all up. He's going to chop this all up. You can't prove he sent that email. It clearly says everyone in the office saw it, so I don't know what they're going to do with that. You've got his sister trying to raise $1 million. That's not a good look. That is not a good look. There can't be any physical evidence because it's been 30 years. It's been 30 years. It's sick. This sister of his is not making things any easier, and it makes me sick. It makes me sick. It's already bad enough that it's been 30 years of him doing whatever he wants to do without any accountability for a violent crime. Now I ask you, do you think Jessica is working with him to ruin this? Do you think he said, look, or that she's jealous and wants to tank this for the cousin? I don't know. He does have children. And also in that email, he says he was 12. She responds and says, no, let's do the math. If I was 9, then that would have made you this age. I don't know what year this woman was born. There are some Adventure with Purpose videos that are going around where he says at the age of 16, he wasn't living in the country. There's going to be a lot that comes out. It's not as simple as he admitted to it in an email and they're going to put him in jail and throw away the key. No way. Southern Belle said, I'm in the middle 50-50. Nomad said, I truly hope it's just idiocracy over sabotage, but who knows? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. He's not getting those sponsors back. I can tell you that. If it turns out that all of this is an attempt for money or whatever, he's not going to get those sponsors back. It's a messy mess. Jules, your avatar freaked me out. I was like, somebody is impersonating Jules. Jules has a new avatar. Jules says, I'm confused. Jared is being charged with a 30-year-old crime, but Don Wells gets nothing. Yeah, that's why I even started talking about this. I wasn't going to touch this with a 10-foot pole. Well, for just reasons that I just named off. I talked about it on Monday in correlation with the Summer Wells case because that's my argument with that. This happened in 1992. We've been hearing from certain people who are not lawyers. They don't even play good ones on the internet for the last almost 17 months that nothing can happen to Don in Utah because of the statute of limitations. And I said, but it's happening to Jared. Jared's charged and indicted for something from 1992. Nomad, did Don's victims try and go to authorities? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. All right, so now we get to, again, this show is not about supporting Jared. It's just what's going on. If we're talking about the case, might as well talk about the whole case. That his people, now we looked on Tuesday, we saw Doug's response. Doug's response to me, and I apologize if I seemed like I wasn't believing Doug or Doug's sincerity. He just wasn't as clear as the other guys. He talked about a code and there's contracts. Let me tell you what, I have no doubt in my mind there's contracts. None. I don't have to read it. I don't have to see it. I guarantee there is a non-compete that is so tight it'd make your shoes squeak. Old Jared's like, I'm not going to teach you my tricks of the trade for you to get mad and go somewhere else and start your own diving thing. No way. Non-disclosure? Oh, it's tight. It's tight because they don't even say his name. Mind you, there are pending charges, violent charges, and they don't even say his name. They'll hold up a hat that just says search team. They know. They know there's NDAs, there is non-competes. I'm telling you. So let's start with, well, the one that came out the most recent, I guess, Devin. We'll start with Devin.
Hey everyone, I'm currently out in the middle of nowhere sailing. I can't disclose like where I'm at or what exactly I'm doing, but it's my responsibility to speak on the topic at least a little bit, or at least just give a statement. So I'm not very well known as much as some of the other members of the AWP team, or former members of the AWP team. But I wanted to take at least a moment to just say that I stepped away. I've resigned from AWP due to moral obligations, due to a lack of proper leadership, and due to just needing to do what's right. So, I support all the other members who have also stepped away, all those who are planning to step away, if there is such thing. I loved my time with Adventures with Purpose, but it has to come to an end. I know that I really don't have any followers on this channel yet, but if anybody decides to follow along, I'm just going to start chronicling all the cool, crazy adventures that I end up going on.
I feel bad for this guy. He breaks my heart. He really does. Because Jared, even though it seems on paper right now, according to the indictment and the charges, just that alone, because he got charged. So there's more to it than just an email going back and forth. These guys are losing opportunity of a lifetime. This job, yes, it's a job. Was a life changer for many of them. And like they say, due to moral obligations, they're like, I have to step away. I can't be a part of this. I can't hang back and keep going on these adventures, I guess, knowing what he's all about. And it's not going to be that easy for them to say, oh, look at me, I'm starting my own thing now. It took a long time for him to build it up. It's going to take a long time for them. You need sponsors, you need equipment, we need trust. I have to hand it to these guys. I really do. Because they could have easily been like, well, we have a contract. We can't just step away. Look, we have to hang in there. And we're doing it for the, forget about him. We're doing it for the right reasons. Even though Jared's still a part of it, Jared's not going anywhere. As Josh said, Josh cleared it up. It's right there. Just to be clear, there is no scenario of rebranding Adventures with Purpose. There's no getting rid of Jared. It's his company. It's his YouTube channel. Those were his sponsors. And these are his employees. This poor guy right here that was given the opportunity of a lifetime. Got burnt. He got burnt. All right, a lot of you have seen this one. We're not going to listen to all of it. It's like 20 minutes long, but you're getting the feel of where these guys are. They're desperate. They have families to support. And every one of them are saying, well, I'm going to try to do things on my channel. I'm trying to build my channel up. I sub to all their channels. I'll give them a view when I can, but they're trying to support themselves on YouTube. God bless them. I hope they do. I really do. I hope the people at Adventures with Purpose, all of them, the ones that are still saying, no, I'm still going to support Jared because he hasn't been found guilty. I respect that. I do. I respect that. There's a lot of people that said, I dropped my membership, I unsubbed, but now that Jessica has put up this $1 million GoFundMe, I went and I got my membership back. I resubbed and I apologized to Jared. That's how much damage. I shouldn't say damage. That's how much of a ripple effect Jessica's GoFundMe has gone.
Be real with you guys, and I wanted to take a moment to try to address the issue that should have been addressed by now, which we were all hoping for better leadership in this, which is why I have officially resigned from being part of the search team, which I don't need to mention. It's pretty obvious that I have been a part of in the past. I will live my life with integrity and morale and knowing that I did the right thing and made the right decision, which I hope you guys can support. Hey guys, Josh Cantu here with an update. You guys may know me for my behind the scenes content and my video work with the search team for the past year and a half. But there's some things that have been brought to the light that the team and I were not aware of, and not aware of until very, very recently. And we're not okay with it. And it has created this avalanche of momentum, which it should have when it needed to, against certain things that allegedly have happened with someone that we trusted. It's currently Tuesday, November 8th, 11:14. And I just wanted to come on here and try to tell you about Josh Cantu. So I am not going to be speaking about the things that one of our members and may be going through, because I'm not allowed to, which is fine. It's not my place, which is why I have officially resigned from being part of the search team, which I don't need to mention. It's pretty obvious that I have been a part of in the past. if you are unaware of what is going on right now, that is because it has not hit the mainstream yet, because it is not proven yet in court, which is fine. And I'm not here to tell you if it is or is not true, because I personally do not know, and it is not my business to talk about. But what I do know is that my reaction and the reaction of my teammates are not going to be sticking around to find out. We are pretty set on sticking to our morals, to our integrity, especially as fathers and just decent human beings. But I do want to say that I do not condone the activities that have been reported. And I think that justice needs to be served, if there's a case. I'm a father of a 16-month-old baby girl, beautiful baby girl. And the things that have been being said are unacceptable and unfathomable, enraging. But the question is what can come out of this? I don't know. I know what we have. Starting with me, I know I'm a storyteller. I know I'm a videographer. I know I'm a man of integrity. I know I have skills. I come from an aquatic background as a lifeguard, swimming. I took a dive certification class back in 2012. So I have a background in loving to be underwater. I am not currently dive certified, but I showed interest in trying to become so. And I have shown a love for helping families receive the answers that they've been looking for when it comes to things that have happened in their lives that left them without answers. And me and other teammates that I've worked with have been very passionate about that momentum that we have been following, and we have fallen in love with being able to do that for these families. The path and opportunities that the last year has opened has been amazing. The work we've been able to do has been amazing. And honestly, in this last chapter, recent chapter, I mean, we were able to do it as creatively as we could. What I mean by that is when your boss isn't there looking over your shoulder, and the people that you have brought on your team to give you a certain type of talent and skill and heart, we are able to do that in a better way when working together amongst friends.
All right, so there he comes out and he says, we know who the boss is. The boss is Jared. So when you don't have Jared breathing down your neck, we do better work anyway, he says. We do better work anyway. I know Sam the Adventure Man had said something about now that all of this is out, he doesn't have the mob, which I hate. I hate. Blowing up his comments and stuff. He's got a lot of people apologizing to him and stuff like that. Now, let me ask you guys this. I looked at the GoFundMe. I've looked at it many, many times. Not one of these guys, not Josh, not Doug, not Nick, not Sam the Adventure Man, not Devin, not one of them has donated even a $5 bill to Jessica and her $1 million GoFundMe. We all know why they're leaving. It goes without saying. We can guess already that Jared might be a little tough to work for. That's no secret. A lot of bosses are a pain in the ass. So, do you think that now that this $1 million GoFundMe went up, that they might be having second thoughts about leaving? Not even one of them has donated to her $1 million GoFundMe. Margot, why is the case ruined? I probably should have rethought that title because that makes it sound like there's no hope. I was pretty pissed when I put it all together. When you have a case like this, and even if it happened a week ago, I don't know anything about these things. I don't. They're really hard to prosecute. That's why so many victims don't come out. So many victims don't say anything, or they wait a very, very, very long time. So already you have 30 years. We don't know who was really emailing with her. That's going to come up. It was already sort of a David and Goliath. Then you have his sister putting out a $1 million GoFundMe. People were already saying, without knowing, even before they heard he had been officially charged, even after they heard he'd been indicted, officially charged and indicted, they said, this is about money. A defense attorney can shred this to pieces. Truth seeker. Jared is charged. He's not convicted yet. That's very important. That's very important. Trial is coming. At this point, he might say, screw it, all or nothing. I want a jury. I want a jury. Even though she said I had to apologize to my hero cousin about this $1 million, she still hasn't taken it down. And if I was the cousin, I would be in contact with GoFundMe saying this has to come down. I don't want this. This is going to ruin my case. They're going to bring this up to the jury that I was trying to raise $1 million. As it stands right now, Jared can get new divers and cameramen. People will work with Jared. We know how the world is. By now, he's come up with a new line. It's going to be, I didn't send those emails. I don't know what the hell's going on. He has a good attorney that's going to work with the courts for sure. The good work that he has done in the last 30 years is definitely going to be a factor. It definitely is. The public's going to be easy because, well, we know how people flip-flop. One day someone is a hero and the next day they're a zero. The hardest for him is going to be getting sponsors, getting his sponsors back. The public, no. Adventures with Purpose is not dissolved. It's still going. It's still going. Nick mentioned, we're going to go to Nick's in a second. Nick mentioned there's like 30 videos that haven't even been released yet. And these guys won't profit a dime from that. They're gone. They left. But Jared will. Jared will. Jared will. This GoFundMe has hurt the cousin's case. I want to know the real motivation. She's not going to tell me. What's the real motivation for this GoFundMe? I mean, it's raised 55 whole bucks right now. What's the real motivation? YouTube does not care about these charges because YouTube is making money. YouTube makes a ton of money off of channels. You have a channel like Adventures with Purpose that have millions of views. That's lots of money for them. They're not going to touch that channel with a 10-foot pole. No way.
And people you consider family. So the content that has been made from the last couple months has been really, really good and really fun to work with my teammates, but also really emotional and empowering and helpful. And I don't know if those stories will meet the light of day. I know that I myself have many stories of behind the scenes content from me on the road with my friends. And I had many stories to tell for you guys. I have summer road trip, fall road trip, episodes I never got to but wanted to. Content. This is content that I was depending on for my family to share my stories with you guys and to possibly use it. What I mean by that is through YouTube, I am able to make a paycheck. I'm able to provide for my family through YouTube. I work hard on it. I edit my own stuff. I make my own videos. I am maintaining my own channel. And what is happening right now leaves a lot of uncertainty for me and my family. More than a lot. But the one thing that we decided as friends is we have to be okay with putting that on the line, because this is a moment to stand and to stand up and to fight against things that we are not okay with. And I don't know where that will lead in the future for Josh Cantu and my videography company, Juke Motion Pictures, and my behind the scenes channel. But what I do know is that there is momentum. There is momentum. And the talent and the skill that we all have naturally, and the community that we have welcomed into our lives and into our hearts and shared our stories with and laughed with and worked hard for, that if there is a way to continue, whatever that means, we will work hard trying to find it.
It's really hard not to feel bad for that guy. I saw a lot of comments in here I want to look up real quick. Sherry says people have convicted Jared without knowing barely anything. That's true. That's true. Now, he has been charged. He has been indicted. So there is definitely something there. That has to be noted. The innocent till proven guilty is really for the courts to decide. But I think we all know that normally when there is an indictment and they've already got stuff on the docket for it to go through the system, chances are something very, very bad happened. You said we don't know about this cousin and what she about is money for all of them. Now, I want to make it clear that the cousin didn't start the $1 million GoFundMe. The sister did, Jessica. She did make an edit and say that she didn't get her permission before and she apologizes. Well, she didn't take it down. Had she just taken the whole damn thing down and made a big post and said, I didn't ask her first, I was trying to help, that would be a different story, but it's still up. It's still up. If I was the cousin and I have a case that the state of Utah picked up and they have criminally charged and indicted my Jared Jared, if she won't take it down, I'd find a way with GoFundMe to get it taken down, even if I have to get the DA to help me. If I have to get a hold of the DA and say, what do I do to get this taken down? What do I have to do to get this taken down? But I do really wonder that when this GoFundMe went up, because none of them, now the last hour I haven't looked, none of these guys, and we all know why they're leaving. They said it. Not Doug. That's the whole reason I did the live on Tuesday. I said, do you guys want to talk about what Doug says? Because to me, he didn't make it as clear as the other guys. With the GoFundMe, because I guarantee Jared told them, this is just about money. My sister's crazy. This cousin's always been a problem type of thing. This is all about money. He could have even said it has to do with the Kylie Rodney case. If you look at the people that are tickled pink about Jared's charges, I mean the people that are ecstatic that this happened to a 9-year-old girl back in 1992, it would tell you something about these people. They're happy as hell about this. They are happy about this. They are happy. That is a little off-putting to me. But I do wonder that because I'm sure that's what Jared said to them. Guys, look, I have an attorney. We're going to go through the court process. Everything's going to be fine. My attorney said, don't sweat it. She just wants money. She just wants money. They're feeling the heat, my friends. They're feeling the heat. And they're like, no, he got indicted. He got charged. Something's not sitting right. He's an asshole anyway. Let's just get out of here while we can. Let's get out of here. Snow, I want to hear your opinions. Snow goes, I'm just being good and keeping my opinions to myself. Grab the link if you want. I haven't talked to Snow up here in forever. But I'm just wondering because I'm sure that's what was said. Look, I got this. It's just about money. They just want money. Now that this $1 million GoFundMe came out and none of the guys that jumped ship have even put a $5 bill in it, if they're not second guessing themselves, because they're human, right? They're human. If I had been hit with this tidal wave and my boss told me, look, you're going to hear some things about me that are going to come out. It's all about money. And then I find out it's something like this, I'd be like, oh, damn. Oh, my God, I can't be any part of that. So I grab my stuff. I'm out. I'm done. I don't want to have anything to do with that nastiness. Whatever, I'm done. Then I see that the person that accused and has charges is one way or another connected to, she didn't do it, it's connected to $1 million GoFundMe. I'd be like, oh, damn. How am I going to get my job back? He might have been telling me the truth. Also, this last case we were just on, well, the one that people remember the most, these people are celebrating. Forget the YouTubers. These people are celebrating. Why are they celebrating? It's okay. I mean, to be like, hey, I told you so. You know, some people would kind of gloat for a little bit. It's just like what I thought. Some of them are flat out laughing about this. They're laughing. That I don't understand. I don't understand that at all. Nick, of course, you all remember Nick. He was the one that came out of the water. Kylie Rodney. Call the authorities. It's suspicious. Nick's gone.
Nick Wren. It's Wednesday, November 9th. Just so everyone knows, as of yesterday, I've formally resigned from my former place of employment working for the search team. After hearing these allegations and listening to the information that's out there and what's available, I'm not okay with this. This is not right. And I can't sit by and support this and wait till lawyers make decisions and people wait to make statements. I just can't support it. It's not me. It's not who I am. And I don't want to be a part of it. And quite frankly, if these allegations are true, I hope justice gets served. I don't regret coming to work here and working with the teammates. You know who you are, all the people that helped, all the people that supported me and watched our videos. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, there's about possibly up to 30 more episodes that I worked on that I was either the host or the co-host on. And I don't know if I'll ever get to see those or if any of us will. We worked really hard on those. We worked with a lot of families, helped a lot of families, worked with a lot of law enforcement agencies, and brought a lot of answers to families and law enforcement around the country. It was an amazing time. Unfortunately, sometimes life takes you in different directions than you expect, and I've reached a fork in the road, and I have to go a different direction now. So that's about all I got to say. And if anybody wants to reach out to me with any ideas or thoughts on the future and what we can do to maybe pick up the pieces here and start this all over again sometime in the future, you can reach out to me. I'll put my email in the description below. And with that being said, thanks again for all your support. And as soon as I have any more information coming in as to the future of what I'm going to do, or if some of my former teammates and I can brainstorm and figure out something, we will let you know.
I don't know why, but I feel the worst about Nick. I don't know why. He just really got me. He just really got me. And then you hear him say, 30, I've been the co-host or host, whatever, of 30 other videos, I believe. I don't know if we'll ever see those. Well, according to Josh, and I believe Josh 100% because it makes perfect sense, those 30 videos might start getting released and Jared will get paid for those. It's Jared's business. I don't know. He just really tore at my heart for some reason. He's just very, very sincere. I do wonder, because they're humans. We're humans. When they saw the $1 million GoFundMe, even with the edit that said, I didn't ask for permission before, yet left it up, I wonder if they didn't kick themselves and go, maybe I jumped too fast. Do you think anybody, just your opinion, we're just having a conversation, do you think any of the guys that have left are second guessing their decision? I would be second guessing mine. This is not victim shaming or anything like that, but being a human and the way that the hamster on the wheel in my head works, when I saw that $1 million GoFundMe, I would go, damn. Maybe I should have thought about this first. Of course, then I would have gone back to, but he's charged and indicted. But he's charged and indicted. Just a human response. Also, it's Jared's sister that put it up. I wish him well. I do. They're great guys. I hope they all get together and start a channel, because all these separate channels are great. Don't get me wrong. But, collectively, I think they could do a lot better. That's just my opinion, though. And when you see a grown man saying, this is about morals for me, it's been a great ride, but I can't do it. It's just that they're putting out all these videos, and then you see this $1 million GoFundMe. Like I said, it's just, I would have been sicked out. Or that $1 million GoFundMe could have solidified it and been like, thank God I'm away from all of it. Like Pat said, no way that they're glad to be out of it. Because now throwing up this $1 million GoFundMe makes what was already disgusting even worse. And now it's going to be even worse because it's going to be a messier case. The whole thing is crazy. All right, guys. Well, that's all I've got. If somebody wants to grab the link and come up and chit chat, I got time. Not a problem. If not, I'm going to start winding it down. That's what I got. I think the whole thing is crazy. I really wish that sister would get off the send button. I really wish she would. If her focus is to help her cousin, the hero, this is not the way to do it. This is not the way to do it. This is their life. This is what they're going through. This is their family. You know that she's looking at comments. You know she is. Of course she is. Hell, we had Quentin's grandma on our chat yesterday. Of course, it's their life. Of course they're going to want to know what people are saying about them. Of course. She knows that people are saying this is going to wind up being about money, or this is about money. So for her to throw up a GoFundMe for $1 million and then double down on her Facebook, even joking in different comments saying, maybe I didn't ask for enough. That hurts her cousin, the hero, but it helps Jared. It helps Jared. All right, you guys, I'll see you over in Discord or in one of the Facebook groups or something like that. If I miss you around that town, if you know what I mean, then I will see you back here tomorrow morning. I might do a members live this afternoon. If I get some other stuff done and out of the way, then we'll have a members live this afternoon. If not, then as far as the channel goes, I'll see you back here tomorrow morning. You guys are hands down the best chat and best community on the planet. Not just YouTube, the planet. See you guys later.